The video you're watching here is an aerial view of Vincennes, Indiana during the 2020 shutdown. It appears to be a ghost town, just a few cars moving here and there. Later, you'll see and hear a long train moving through town and its loud horn cutting through the silence. COVID was a terrible thing and it ruined many lives. I lost 5 close friends to COVID. Many people were financially burdened from the lack of work. I'm very sorry for their struggles during that time. At the time, I was working for the school corporation and the city. On Friday the 13th, the last day before spring break that year, we were looking forward to it. One of my high school kids said, "You hear that we're getting an extra week off for spring break?" I responded, "No, but I hope it's true. I could really use that break." She said, "Yes, it's because of COVID," and at the time not knowing that our spring break would be much longer than 2 weeks and seemed much longer than it really was. Most of my married life, I worked more than one job. With that, I was only home to sleep. And I never really got to spend a lot of good quality time with any members of my family, which was very hard for me. With that, I also want to say I enjoyed the shutdown immensely. I could sleep in when I wanted to, not have to go to work, spending good quality time with my wife, kids, and grandkids. It was a blessing for me. We would go pick up our grandchildren. We played board games, swam in the pool, watched movies. This was a dream come true for me. But I was one of the lucky ones whose income never stopped because I wasn't able to work. My 2 employers, I had continued my pay and my wife's pay. The only obligation I had was 2 Zoom meetings a month to keep things working. My wife and I were healthy, and we mostly only made trips to the supermarket to get food and other things we need, like toilet paper, when we could find any. Thanks to all you toilet paper hoarders out there, you know who you are. We tried to get to the store for our elderly neighbors, but they wouldn't let us. We did get food from our favorite restaurants who found unique ways to stay open. It was mostly just using drive-up windows for them and front dooring it. Like our favorite place to eat, Dragon 2000, we ordered our food and picked it up at their front door. Those white cellophane cartons were so packed full of that delicious food, and I actually missed that as well. Other places would use their drive-up windows for pickup. However, we had mostly what we needed. We did get exposed to COVID from time to time. I myself had COVID 5 times. If you want to count the time the doctor said, "You just got that weird flu going around." You see, I was so sick the day after Christmas 2019. The doctors were scratching their heads at that time, not knowing what it was. A few years later, I had COVID with double pneumonia and hospitalized for it. The first time my wife and I were exposed to COVID, her brother came to the house and was complaining about his allergies were so bad. The next day, he called me and said, "Hey, I don't have any taste or smell. Does that mean I have COVID?" Well, he did have it. April 8, 2020, a vicious storm came through Vincennes and tore this town apart. The winds dropped buildings and trees all over town. It did take the power out for many days. I had a wonderful neighbor who shared their generator with me, and that worked out really well for us. COVID will be something that most of us will remember forever, just like those of us that lived through the blizzard of '78.